Have you ever noticed that life can fall apart faster than it comes together? One phone call, one loss, one betrayal, one unexpected problem, and suddenly everything you worked for, everything you planned, and everything you depended on seems to be slipping through your fingers. In moments like these, it feels as if the world is collapsing around you. You can't see a way forward. You can't understand why Allah allowed this to happen. And perhaps the most painful part is the feeling that you are facing it all alone. But what if the moment that seems to be breaking you is actually the moment that can transform you? What if your greatest setback is hiding your greatest spiritual growth? What if the pain you are experiencing today is preparing you for a stronger, wiser, and more faithful version of yourself? The great Sufi master Abdul Qadir Jilani taught that hardship is not always a sign that Allah has abandoned you. Sometimes it is a sign that Allah is calling you closer. Sometimes the darkest nights carry the greatest lessons, and sometimes the moments that seem like the end of everything are actually the beginning of something far greater. In this video, we will explore 7 powerful lessons from the wisdom of Abdul Qadir Jilani on what to do when life falls apart. These lessons have helped countless people find peace in chaos, hope in despair, and faith in the middle of life's greatest storms. Stay until the end, because the final lesson may completely change the way you see every hardship you have ever faced. Accept reality instead of fighting it. When life falls apart, our first reaction is often to resist reality. We ask ourselves, why is this happening to me? We keep wishing things were different and replaying the past in our minds. The more we fight what has already happened, the more pain we create for ourselves. Abdul Qadir Jilani taught that peace begins when we stop arguing with reality and start accepting it. Acceptance does not mean giving up or becoming weak. It simply means recognizing your situation as it is so that you can move forward with wisdom and patience. You cannot change the past, but you can choose how you respond to it. Many people think their suffering comes only from the hardship itself, but often it comes from refusing to accept what has happened. When you stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What should I do next?" your perspective begins to change. Your mind becomes calmer, your heart becomes stronger, and you are able to focus on the path ahead instead of the pain behind you. Abdul Qadir Jilani reminded us that everything happens by Allah's wisdom, even when we cannot understand it. Trusting this wisdom allows us to let go of resistance and find peace in difficult times. Sometimes the greatest step toward healing is simply accepting where you are and trusting Allah to guide you forward. Trust that Allah knows what you cannot see. When life falls apart, it is easy to focus only on what you have lost. A failed plan, a broken relationship, a financial struggle, or an unexpected hardship can make it feel as if everything is going wrong. In these moments, we often believe that what is happening to us has no purpose. But Abdul Qadir Jilani taught that Allah's wisdom is far greater than our understanding. The truth is that we can only see a small part of the picture, while Allah sees the entire journey. What appears to be a setback today may be protecting you from something worse or guiding you towards something better. Many people look back on their lives and realize that their greatest blessings came through doors that first seemed to close. This does not mean hardship is easy. Pain is still painful, and loss is still difficult. But faith allows us to trust that there is wisdom behind every test, even when we cannot see it yet. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is Allah teaching me through this?" Abdul Qadir Jilani reminded us that trusting Allah during difficult times brings strength to the heart. When you believe that Allah is guiding your life with perfect wisdom, fear begins to lose its power. You may not understand the reason for your struggle today, but one day you may discover that what seemed like a disaster was actually a hidden mercy. Turn your pain into prayer. When life falls apart, most people try to escape their pain. They distract themselves with endless entertainment, keep themselves constantly busy, or complain to everyone around them. But no matter how hard we try to run from pain, it eventually catches up with us. Abdul Qadir Jilani taught that instead of running from our suffering, we should use it as a way to draw closer to Allah. Some of the most sincere prayers are made during moments of hardship. When everything is going well, It is easy to become distracted and forget our dependence on Allah. But when we are broken, lost, or overwhelmed, our hearts become more open and sincere. We begin speaking to Allah with honesty, humility, and complete trust. Rather than asking, "Why am I suffering?" turn your pain into a conversation with Allah. Tell Him your fears, your worries, and your struggles. Ask for guidance, strength, and patience. Every tear shed in sincere prayer can bring you closer to the one who understands your pain better than anyone else. Abdul Qadir Jilani reminded people that difficulties often become the means through which a person strengthens their faith. What feels like a burden today may actually be an invitation from Allah to return to Him. Sometimes the greatest blessing hidden within a hardship is that it brings your heart closer to your Creator than ever before. Let hardship purify your heart. Most people see hardship as something negative, something that should be avoided at all costs. But Abdul Qadir Jilani taught that difficulties can serve a much deeper purpose. Just as gold is purified by passing through intense fire, the human soul is often purified through trials and challenges. Without struggle, many of the qualities hidden within us would never be discovered. When life is comfortable, it is easy to become attached to worldly things. We may begin relying too much on our wealth, our status, our plans, or even other people. But when hardship enters our lives, it reveals what truly lives inside our hearts. It exposes our fears, weaknesses, impatience, and attachments. At the same time, it gives us the opportunity to develop patience, gratitude, humility, and stronger faith in Allah. Many of the people we admire for their wisdom and strength did not become that way through comfort. They became strong because they faced difficulties and learned from them. Every challenge forced them to grow, trust Allah more deeply, and discover strengths they never knew they possessed. In the same way, your current struggle may be shaping you into a stronger, wiser, and more spiritually mature person. Abdul Qadir Jilani reminded his followers that hardships are not always signs of Allah's displeasure. Sometimes they are signs of His care and wisdom. A trial can wake us up from heedlessness, bring us closer to Allah, and help us focus on what truly matters. What feels like a painful loss today may actually be removing distractions that were keeping us away from our Creator. The next time you face a difficult situation, do not ask only, "How can I escape this?" Also ask, "What is this experience teaching me?" Every hardship carries a lesson, and every test carries an opportunity for growth. If you face your trials with patience and faith, you may discover that the very thing that seemed to be breaking you was actually helping to purify your heart and strengthen your soul. Stop depending completely on people. One of the most painful lessons we learn in life is that people cannot always give us the security, comfort, and certainty we are looking for. As human beings, we naturally form attachments to others. We trust our friends, our family members, our spouses, and the people closest to us. There is nothing wrong with loving and trusting people. In fact, healthy relationships are a blessing from Allah. The problem begins when we start depending on people completely and expect them to fulfill needs that only Allah can truly fulfill. Many of life's deepest disappointments come from unrealistic expectations. We expect people to always understand us, always support us, always stay loyal, and never let us down. But every human being is imperfect. People have their own struggles, weaknesses, fears, and limitations. Even those who love us sincerely can make mistakes. They can disappoint us without intending to. They can fail to give us the support we need at a particular moment. Sometimes they leave, sometimes they change, and sometimes circumstances separate us from them entirely. When our happiness depends completely on other people, our emotional state rises and falls with their actions. If they praise us, we feel valuable. If they criticize us, we feel worthless. If they stay, we feel secure. If they leave, we feel broken. This kind of dependence places an enormous burden on human relationships because no person was created to carry the weight of being someone else's ultimate source of peace and security. Abdul Qadir Jilani taught that while we should appreciate and love the people Allah places in our lives, our hearts should remain attached to Allah above all else. Human beings are part of the creation, while Allah is the creator. People can support us, but they cannot control our destiny. People can comfort us, but they cannot heal every wound. People can offer advice, but they cannot guarantee success. Only Allah possesses complete power, complete wisdom, and complete knowledge of what is best for us. This lesson becomes especially important when life falls apart. During difficult times, you may discover that some people you expected to help you are nowhere to be found. Friends may disappear. Family members may not fully understand your pain. The support you counted on may suddenly vanish. These experiences can be heartbreaking, but they also reveal an important truth. If your foundation is built entirely on people, it will always be vulnerable to disappointment. Abdul Qadir Jilani encouraged people to shift their reliance from creation to the Creator. This does not mean isolating yourself from others or refusing help when it is offered. Rather, it means understanding where your ultimate trust belongs. You can seek support from people while knowing that your true source of strength comes from Allah. You can appreciate those who help you while recognizing that Allah is the one who sent that help. In this way, your heart remains balanced. Think about the lives of the prophets and righteous people. Many of them experienced loneliness, betrayal, rejection, and misunderstanding. Yet they remained strong because their faith was rooted in Allah rather than in the approval of people. They understood that human support could come and go, but Allah's support never disappears. One of the greatest freedoms in life comes when you stop seeking your entire sense of worth from other people. You no longer need constant validation to feel valuable. You no longer allow every criticism to destroy your confidence. You no longer panic when someone disappoints you because your trust is anchored in something greater than human approval. This does not make you cold or distant. It makes you emotionally stronger and spiritually more stable. When your relationship with Allah becomes your foundation, relationships with people become healthier as well. You stop expecting perfection from imperfect human beings. You become more forgiving because you understand that everyone has flaws. You appreciate people for who they are instead of demanding that they fill every emotional need in your life. Abdul Qadir Jilani reminded us that Allah is the only one who never changes, never abandons His servants, and never fails in His promises. People may leave, opportunities may disappear, and circumstances may change overnight, but Allah remains constant. His mercy remains constant. His wisdom remains constant. His care for His servants remains constant. If life has recently fallen apart because someone disappointed you, betrayed your trust, or walked away from your life, do not allow that experience to destroy your faith in people or your hope for the future. Instead, let it remind you of where your ultimate reliance should be. Use the disappointment as an opportunity to strengthen your connection with Allah and place your trust where it truly belongs. The more your heart depends on Allah, the less it will be shaken by the changes of this world. People will still matter, relationships will still matter, love will still matter, but your peace will no longer depend entirely on them. And that is a kind of strength that no loss, no betrayal, and no hardship can ever take away. Be patient. During the storm, when life falls apart, patience is often the last thing we want to hear about. We want immediate answers, immediate solutions, and immediate relief from our pain. We want the storm to end as quickly as possible, but Abdul Qadir Jilani taught that patience is one of the greatest strengths a person can develop, especially during times of hardship. True patience is not simply waiting for difficult times to pass. It is remaining steadfast, faithful, and hopeful while you move through them. Anyone can remain calm when life is easy. Anyone can be positive when everything is going according to plan. But real character is revealed when things begin to fall apart. It is during moments of loss, uncertainty, and struggle that a person's faith is truly tested. These are the moments when patience becomes more than a virtue. It becomes a lifeline. Many people misunderstand patience. They think patience means doing nothing and simply accepting suffering. But Abdul Qadir Jilani taught that patience is not passivity. Patience means continuing to do what is right even when it is difficult. It means continuing to trust Allah when you do not understand what He is doing. It means refusing to let fear, anger, or despair control your heart. Think about a sailor caught in a violent storm. He cannot stop the wind, calm the waves, or change the weather, but he can control how he responds. If he panics, he may make decisions that put him in even greater danger. If he remains steady and focused, he has a much better chance of safely reaching the shore. Life works in a similar way. We cannot control every challenge that comes our way, but we can control our response to those challenges. One of the reasons patience is so powerful is that it protects us from making decisions we may later regret. When people become overwhelmed by hardship, they often act out of emotion rather than wisdom. They give up too quickly, damage important relationships, or lose hope entirely. Patience creates space between the problem and our reaction. It allows us to think clearly, seek guidance from Allah, and move forward with wisdom instead of panic. Abdul Qadir Jilani often reminded people that no hardship lasts forever. Every storm eventually passes. Every night eventually gives way to dawn. When you are in the middle of a difficult season, it can feel as though the pain will never end. But feelings are not facts. The challenges you face today are temporary, even if they seem overwhelming right now. Allah has not promised a life without trials, but He has promised that relief follows hardship. Patience also strengthens the soul in ways that comfort never can. The person who remains patient through difficulties develops resilience, wisdom, and trust in Allah. They discover strengths they never knew they possessed. They learn how to remain calm when others panic and how to keep moving forward when others give up. These qualities become valuable not only during the current struggle, but throughout the rest of their life. If you are facing a storm right now, remember that patience does not mean pretending everything is fine. It is okay to feel pain. It is okay to feel tired. It is okay to ask Allah for help. Patience simply means refusing to let hardship separate you from your faith. It means holding on to hope even when the road ahead is unclear. Abdul Qadir Jilani taught that those who remain patient during difficult times often emerge stronger, wiser, and closer to Allah than they were before. The storm may shake you, but it does not have to break you. Keep trusting, keep praying, and keep moving forward one step at a time. What feels impossible today may one day become a chapter of your story that proves how much strength Allah placed within you. Your breakdown may be the beginning of your awakening. When life falls apart, it is natural to believe that everything is ending. A relationship ends, a dream collapses, a career fails, a financial crisis appears, or a loss changes the direction of your entire life. In those moments, it can feel as though the ground beneath your feet has disappeared. You begin to wonder if you will ever be happy again. You question your future, your purpose, and sometimes even your faith. Yet Abdul Qadir Jilani taught that some of the greatest transformations in a person's life begin during moments that look like complete destruction. The truth is that not every ending is a punishment. Sometimes an ending is a redirection. Sometimes Allah removes something from your life because it can no longer take you where you need to go. We often become attached to certain plans, certain people, and certain expectations about how our lives should unfold. We convince ourselves that happiness depends on these things. Then when they disappear, we feel as though we have lost everything. But what if what you lost was never meant to be your foundation? What if Allah was removing something temporary so that you could discover something eternal? What if the thing you are mourning today is the very thing that was preventing you from becoming the person you were meant to be? Abdul Qadir Jilani understood that human beings often grow the most when they are forced out of their comfort zones. As long as everything is comfortable, we rarely question ourselves deeply. We continue living on autopilot, chasing goals, following routines, and depending on familiar things. But when life suddenly breaks apart, we are forced to stop and look inward. We begin asking deeper questions. We begin examining our priorities. We begin searching for meaning beyond the temporary things of this world. Many people who later became wise, compassionate, and spiritually strong can trace their transformation back to a painful season in their lives. It was the heartbreak that taught them resilience. It was the failure that taught them humility. It was the loss that taught them gratitude. It was the uncertainty that taught them trust in Allah. The experience that once seemed like the worst thing that ever happened to them eventually became one of the greatest turning points in their journey. This is one of the hidden blessings of hardship. It strips away illusions. It reveals what truly matters. It shows us where we have placed our trust and where we have built our identity. Sometimes we discover that we were relying too heavily on our success, our wealth, our reputation, or the approval of others. When these things are shaken, we are given an opportunity to rebuild our lives on a stronger foundation, our relationship with Allah. Abdul Qadir Jilani taught that every hardship contains a message if we are willing to listen. Instead of asking only, "Why is this happening to me?" we should also ask, "What is this experience trying to teach me?" The breakdown itself may not be the blessing, but the growth that comes from it often is. The pain may not feel meaningful while you are experiencing it, but over time its purpose may become clear. Think about a seed buried beneath the soil. From the outside, it appears as though the seed is being destroyed. It is covered in darkness and hidden from view. Yet beneath the surface, something extraordinary is happening. The seed is breaking apart so that new life can emerge. Without that breaking, there could be no growth. In many ways, the difficult seasons of our lives work the same way. What feels like destruction may actually be preparation for something greater. The challenge is that we often judge our lives too early. We look at one painful chapter and assume we know how the story ends. We see the closed door, but not the door that will open later. We see the loss, but not the lesson. We see the setback, but not the opportunity hidden within it. Allah sees the entire picture, while we only see a single page. That is why faith is so important during difficult times. Faith allows us to trust that Allah is still working, even when we cannot see the results. It allows us to believe that our current pain is not meaningless. It reminds us that Allah can bring beauty from brokenness, strength from weakness, and wisdom from suffering. If your life feels like it is falling apart right now, do not assume that your story is over. The chapter you are living through today may be preparing you for a future you cannot yet imagine. The loss you are grieving may be creating space for something better. The hardship you are enduring may be awakening strengths, wisdom, and faith that would have remained hidden otherwise. Abdul Qadir Jilani reminded people that Allah never abandons His servants. Even in your darkest moments, Allah is closer than you realize. Even when the path seems unclear, He is guiding you. Even when your plans have failed, His plan remains perfect. What feels like a breakdown today may one day become the moment you look back on and realize that it was actually the beginning of your awakening. So do not lose hope. Do not allow temporary pain to convince you that your future is lost. Keep trusting Allah. Keep moving forward. Keep learning from every challenge. One day you may discover that the moment you thought life was breaking, you was actually the moment Allah was rebuilding you into someone stronger, wiser, and closer to Him than ever before. Conclusion. If there is one thing Abdul Qadir Jilani wanted people to understand, it is this. When life falls apart, do not let your faith fall apart with it. The challenges you face today are not permanent. The pain you feel today is not the end of your story. Every hardship carries a lesson, every storm has an ending, and every test is an opportunity to grow closer to Allah. Remember the lessons we discussed today. Accept reality instead of fighting it. Trust that Allah knows what you cannot see. Turn your pain into prayer. Allow hardship to purify your heart. Stop depending completely on people. Remain patient during the storm. And most importantly, never forget that what feels like a breakdown may actually be the beginning of your awakening. Many of the greatest transformations in life begin with moments of struggle. The person you become after this hardship may be stronger, wiser, and closer to Allah than the person you were before it. What seems like a closed door today may be guiding you toward a path you never would have discovered otherwise. So if you are going through a difficult season right now, do not lose hope. Keep praying, keep trusting, keep moving forward, even if it is only one small step at a time. Allah sees every tear, every struggle, and every silent prayer that no one else knows about. One day you may look back on this painful chapter and realize that the moment you thought life was breaking, you was actually the moment Allah was building you into the person you were meant to become. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson of all. When life falls apart, Allah's plan does not. Trust Him, be patient, and keep going. Your story is not over yet.